Welcome, 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 welcome. I thought I pushed the live button and I did not. So I was like, hey guys, can y'all hear me? oh, oh my gosh. I have to raise this chair so very high. Because I'm righteous. Oh, I'm not righteous. I'm elevated. But I have to raise it up so high just to get everything to kind of work. And so that's why I'm always shifting and my feet don't touch the floor. That's all I'm saying. My feet are not touching the floor. I have a little stool. And if I miss it, yeah, it's entertaining. Hey, Ron. Hey, Gloria. Hey, Jen. Hey, Terry. Hey, Tina. Hey, it's just Robbie. Kathy. Jean. Don't want to repeat them. It's so good to see y'all here. Thank y'all. Uh, the time got away from me. What can I say? It always does. Me and the L mom, we met backstage, and we always mean well. Hey, cunning linguist, how you doing? Good to have y'all here. So yeah, Jen and I met in the backstage. It's a cool little perk that comes along with the StreamYard um, service that I use to stream. Hey, Angela and Sonia Tucker, Pinedale, Wyoming. Awesome. I heard it's beautiful up there. Been close. I've been to Rexburg. Hi, True Crime and Bell. Uh, okay. Um, anyway, so yeah, I think in our minds, I know in mine, I'm like, okay, it's just going to be quick. I'll just have a quick little convo and then I'll go on about my day. And I'm sure she's a busy woman also. And anyway, so yeah, we get carried away. You are. Oh my God, Kathy. I need to build you a portal so you can just come over here and slap the shit out of me. Girl, get on there. I was like, oh my God. I looked up, it was 6:47. I was like, oh, okay. So anyways, okay. Anyways, if y'all only knew. Hey Nettie. How you doing, girl? Okay. All right, Robbie. I will hit you up after the stream. I won't hit you up. I won't hit you at all. But so how is everybody doing? Did y'all get the Vine link too? The Vine link? Because like as soon as me and Jen we were talking backstage, and then not as soon, but like 45 minutes later, Jason came and told me, he was like, Did you hear the latest about Lori? And I was like, what? I mean, I panicked. Hey Allison, how you doing? And it's just I don't know. I do this. I'm just like, what? What now? And he said, no, your Vine link wasn't going off. And I was like, no. And I've had trouble. I don't know if anybody else has had trouble with their Vine link doing this, but basically, it if I don't, because I don't ever check it unless it goes off. If it goes off a lot, then yes, I check it a lot. Sometimes. Um, Eric he usually, kind of fills me in on all that, but I haven't heard from him. So anyways, so I haven't checked in the Vine link lately. And it seems like after a certain amount of time of not being active in the app or whatever it is, it kind of just forgets about me. So used to I'd have like 140 messages and stuff. And that was just on one device. And I had 3. So that was always fun. I don't know what the Vine link even meant. So I'm glad y'all are here. Um, Y'all ready for some rumor and speculation? Or do y'all want to? Because, like, I wanted to see what the possibilities of a Vine link going off. Jason kind of explained it to me, but he's not in here, of course, because I can't pay attention. I can't have the added distractions. So I just want to Google why would a Vine link go off? And I forget what term he used. Do y'all know? Can y'all hear me? I was going to go see what I could find. No, you better come back, Tina. Get back over here. Just picking. 2. Okay. Well, let me look it up. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I am looking on vineapps.com. Welcome to Idaho Vine, a free, secure, and confidential way, but not a very trustworthy one. Not a very, I don't feel very comforted by it. Let's just say that. Well, dang, girl, you're quick. Girl. Tina is fast. Let's see. I don't care about all that. I just want to know what kind of things does it go off for? Because, like, okay, back on June, I just saw it. East Idaho News, June 23rd. Go back, June 23rd, 2020. Or was that it? I just remember, I remember receiving a Vine link one time, and y'all, my heart fell into my toe, like as fast as Tina was there and back. I know, right? I don't know. I'm kind of looking into it a little bit. There's nothing on East Idaho News because I looked right before I came on. I was late, but I was trying to like have all the tabs open. Haha. I meant on my computer. All these tabs are open and then some. But anyways, I do remember signing up for the Vine link way back. I don't even remember how early or how long ago or how soon after Lori was arrested. And I signed my parents up. I was just like, okay, I was just trying to be proactive, I guess. Or it was just me responding to trauma, probably. And I remember the Vine link going off, and it said that she was out of jail or something. And I was like, oh, I felt like on Sanford and Son, Lisbeth, this is the big one. This is the real one. Because I about freaked out. And I was like, oh, they say she's out of jail. And I called my parents immediately. That's probably the fastest I've ever called anybody in my life. And it was just a glitch in their system. And I was like, dude, I can't handle this. It said she was out on supervised custody, according to Nate. Where'd you hear it? Because I just looked for Nate and I didn't see it, unless he was on Facebook or something. That's probably where he was, because I don't really go into Facebook. Yeah, I know, right? I hope it was a FUBAR too. Whew. Okay. Oh man. Well, let me try and open up my damn Facebook on my computer. Let me see. Fakebook.com. Facebook login. Yeah, login. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't even know Facebook anymore, hardly. Nate Eaton. Nate Eaton, and Crusher Easton. You know, you can't spell Nate. No, wait, you can't spell. Oh, I'm gonna mess it up. Just add an S to it. Okay, I'm just kind of looking, and if I find anything, ew, then I'll share it. Okay, it is okay. I'm coming to get y'all. Let me share this tab. Okay. Okay, share. I think. Hey, Janetta, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You have internet back? Okay. You look so different. It's good to see you. It just dawned on me. Okay. Well, glad you're here. Glad you were here. And thank you. Thank you for being here. All of y'all. Everybody. I hope everything is well for you, Janetta. Okay. Share. All right. Okay. Let me make sure y'all can see me. Yeah. Hey, guys. I feel so silly. You did. It's what I could see. Some collarbones. I miss those days, by the way. Oh my God. I'm about to share a couple pictures of what I used to look like. It's crazy. Crazy. I miss it. I told y'all I whole ass everything. So I'm either, there's no comfortable medium. There's no, just right size. I'm either like, when I visit my grandma, she's like, girl, you need to push away from the table. And I'm like, dang. or um, I'm too damn skinny. Or everybody would say, oh my God, you look so good. And then when I gained a little bit of weight back, everybody was like, yeah, you were too skinny. I'm like, what the hell, man? Whatever. I just miss feeling energetic and stuff. But anyways, so this is from Nate Eaton on Facebook. Many of you following the Lori Vallow Daybell case received this notification a few minutes ago. I've checked, and officials tell me she is still in the Madison County Jail. You want me to do a slow clap? Her status has not changed, and it appears this notification is yet another glitch. I'm going to say yet another glitch because, well, glitch and rhyme. I'm just saying. Yeah, okay. That's the picture. I think that Lori looks possessed here. Just going to throw that out there. Let's read some comments, though. I love reading comments. It's my favorite thing. Everybody's so sweet. She should never see daylight again. But what does it mean? I feel like it is a second glitch. Good feelings. Maybe reality slapped her in the face a little too hard. For her liking. Amber alert, I slapped you. I didn't punch you. I slapped you. Oh my God. Yay. I love comments. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Well, thank goodness for that. Thank you. I've been looking for some info on the notification. Of course, I see you covering it first. Yep. Thank you, Nate. I hope her and Chad run in there. Sick monsters. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around this one. I hope it's not a pattern. A pattern. This one's already funny. I can see it. That's a serious glitch. She's the glitch. That's what I was thinking. Oh my gosh. She says, that's okay. Today is the new doomsday. She is going to another portal with Chad because Siren is testing the Big Bang Theory today. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I got a cough. Okay. I'm totally being sarcastic. by the way, but I'm sure there are some believers. But just in case, I'm going to wait until tomorrow to pay my electric bill. It's due today. That's awesome. CERN is weird. I am not playing. CERN freaks me out. The whole. I watch End Time Productions. It's a YouTube channel. I watch a lot of channels. um. Oh, that was sweet. Right there. Justice for. I'm gonna say Joe too. But anyways, on that End Time Productions, and they show the CERN ceremonies, I guess you could say. And it is a freaky deaky. Okay. Our mom doesn't really say true crime. You're cracking me up, Smalls. Yeah. And then I came in like a wrecking ball. I was like, hey, girl, call me. It'll be, I met Jen a year ago, y'all. She's my, and cunning linguist. I feel like you could maybe help me here, but she's helped me to find my voice, and she's my translated being. Jen, aka the Elmom, aka Tricomaville, is my translated being. I never really understood, and I don't think it makes sense, which, we're talking about lore horror here. She don't really make sense. She is a glitch. And nothing she says makes sense, but I never thought a human being could be translated. Being? What do you mean emergency calls in prison? What am I missing? What is up with the emergency calls when you are a prisoner? Thank you, cunning linguist. Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom. How you doing? So that means, hey, Dad. How you doing, Larry? And Ashlyn, if you're there too. My baby's been sick, y'all. Again, poor thing. She has my luck. That she did inherit. Honestly. Hey, K-Tech. How you doing? I did, y'all. Remember how I was trying to be suave and show y'all my interpretation of David Warwick's dream? My interpretation of his dream. Well, I uploaded it right before I came on, so it's like 5 minutes, maybe. But anyways, so I don't know. I didn't want to give up on the work I did. I was like, no, I worked forever on those graphics, and I had fun doing it. And oh my gosh, yeah, Kayla, Gloria. Her name is Kayla, I believe. That's terrible. Oh my God. All these kids, these poor babies. Like, I don't understand that. The 2 years Harmony Montgomery had been missing. Oh man. Talk about every system around her. Everybody around her failed that poor baby. Oh, y'all, and I do want to share this with you guys. And I don't remember the channel name, of course, right now. I don't know. We didn't something. We need to, I don't know. I was raised where it was not child abuse to really spank your child. I'm not saying go all crazy with it, but I mean, at least, Flint, make them, no, I'm joking. But I mean, it just is different. It's different. It's different. There's abuse, and then there's, I don't know how y'all feel about it. I know that's a, mixed reaction. I'm not saying beat your kids. I'm just saying a little swat on the hiney, even if it's just, I don't know. Let me just get off that subject. Let me back out. Love you, Mom. Love y'all. Spank them, not beat them. Thank you. Yes, yes. It just seems like things were different. I know that times change. I get it. I'm not ignorant. I'm not in denial. But it's like that, and then the devices. I'm guilty of doing this when, I mean, cell phones came out right before, right after I turned, I don't know, as I was graduating. I remember having a pager. I straight up had a pager, and my mom would a page, I'm sorry, she would hit me on my hip with my pager. She would hit my hip where my pager was. And she would put 303, and 303 means mom. That's how it read. Kind of like when you spell stuff on a calculator, those kind of days. And I mean, all you'd have to do is just find a payphone or whatever, a regular phone, and call your mama. And I did. And I would. And that was cheap. It was like $8 for every 3 months for a pager. And then we migrated into the cell phone, the cell phone times. And then we have not turned back since, have we? So I don't know. I know that we tend to, use our devices to babysit our children. And I mean, I'm guilty of doing that myself. Y'all know I fess up. I'm guilty of it. I'm like, oh, here, go watch your favorite show or whatever. And if I could turn back time, if I could pull a Cher right now and just turn back some time, I would find a way. They did. See? Oh my gosh, I agree with you, Tina Bobina. And I mean, again, not hurting, just like a reminder. I don't know. It's something about that. And I mean, being a mom, it's so different when the dad disciplines the child, right? They're like, yes, sir. Okay, sir. But like, it seems like with us moms, most of us, or some of us, we just kind of, they don't take us as serious. Sometimes. Mine do. ASHLYNN do. Oh, Lord. She's like, yes, ma'am. I'm like, good God. But, right? Yeah, they were more simple. They were, for sure. I don't know. It's just, the world's gone crazy. So did y'all have a good 4th of July weekend? I hope y'all did. It's kind of a bittersweet time for my better half. His birthday is tomorrow. Jason's birthday is tomorrow. He will be 51. And I'm going to need the fire department to come put out the birthday candles. Joking, babe. I'm joking. And yesterday was the anniversary of his mother passing away. I want to say back in 2001, which, come to find out, my Aunt Terry was really good friends with Jason's parents. And she just like, it just registered to her. My Aunt Terry is the oldest Vallow sibling. And she messaged me on Messenger, and y'all know I don't really go on Facebook or, hey, Carrie Ann, I really don't go on Facebook much, unless something like this happens. And she was like, are Jason's parents, so and so and so? And I was like, uh-oh, she done found you out. But anyways, and it was just good. I told her, yeah, that was his parents, and my Aunt Terry just started reminiscing, and she really did like his mom and dad. And I don't know, it kind of made, my thumb eye. It kind of made, Jason it just, I don't know. I'm sure it's comforting to hear stories of your parents, especially when they have passed away. So, anyway, so we went and watched the fireworks down at the lake last night. Oh, your grandniece. Oh, well, happy birthday to your grandniece. And happy birthday, all you July babies. Guess what, though? Y'all want to know what the most dangerous zodiac sign is? Give you one hint. Lori is one. And I mean, she is a Cancer. I mean that. But no, her sign is Cancer, and Cancer is like one of the most volatile, as far as like prison, jails, and things like that. Yeah, Cancer is one of the most dangerous, or I forget. Don't quote me, just paraphrasing. From all the many random facts that I hold in here. Facts or speculation, whatever. Thank you, Tina. I'm so glad y'all are here. So I had my own revelation last night, and I almost went live last night. No, it was about 2:00 in the morning, and I was like, I'm about to just go live with this. I'm about to go live. You know. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you don't have to be a spanker. You know. Yeah. It was, but I mean, San. Oh, was it San that said that? Yeah, San was. I mean, we were both parents in the home too, because that helps, and it helps when both mom and dad are a united front. You know. Yeah, I've kind of noticed that with my first ex-husband. You know, his parents were rather different. um, anyways, um, okay, so I don't have to look that up anymore. But so last night, I went over David Warwick's dream. Okay, and on YouTube, there is a option now, and it's been there for a hot minute. But there is a well, you're pretty. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, though, Janetta. I'm definitely glad you're here. Hey, Marilyn. How you doing? What is a Plex server? Is it something more to learn? Oh, I'm talking too fast. I'm sorry. I talk in cursive sometimes. Anyways, let's see. Let me back out of here, and I want to show y'all. Let me tell you first. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. I mean, whatever makes you happy, just that's what I support. I support you. Oh, all right. Dang. Yes, Mom. I'm joking. Um. Anyways, I just whatever makes you happy, and I mean that for all of us. And I've got to take my own advice. Also, I know I'm really good at like giving it, but I'm not so good at looking myself in the mirror and saying, you know what, take your own damn advice sometimes, Crusher. Because I mean, you are enough. We are enough. And we don't owe anybody anything except just being decent human beings. Just being to others what we want, how we want to be treated, I mean, it's so simple. My mom, Gloria, my mama is a Capricorn. So is Melanie Gibb. So is Julie Rowe. So is my son. And so is my daughter. And so is my bonus son. Okay. So is Alex. Crazy. No pun intended. It's like something that's always intrigued me. I do. But you know, I have it. I have a lot of things, Robbie. Okay, what you saying here? So I guess that Plex, is it called Plex server? Yeah. I can host video files and you log into an app on your phone, and you can also watch anything I've put in the library. Sorry to distract, just dawned on me. That would be a good idea. Like somebody controlling all this stuff behind the scenes, because yeah, that would be. I've racked my brain. I'm like, okay, can I use my phone? Or any, because I can control the world through my phone. But just something about the Apple product with Microsoft, with Google, they don't all talk to each other very pretty, and I'm not as savvy with a desktop or a laptop as I am with my phone. So it's just, it's a bit of a handicap. So I thought about, entering StreamYard, which is this, using my phone to have it to just throw things up, because that would be lovely. But it makes that horrible, wretched feedback, all that loud sound and stuff. So are we still live? We better. Are we? What's wrong, Kathy? Are you feeling okay? I want gummies. All right, wink, wink. Oh, yeah. I just hope you're feeling okay, Kathy. Don't you be worrying me. Where's Mr. Tom? Tell Mr. Tom I said hi, please. Whenever. Well, okay. Well, I hope you're okay. Let me know. I definitely want you to feel okay. I love Sandra Tanner. She is my spirit animal. Seriously. Like, I've always heard of her. Uh, finally got, oh, hey, Mr. Tom. Oh, sorry. Anyways, yeah, I just never really had the time to sit and just, listen to anything or watch anything regarding Sandra Tanner. And then finally I did, and I was like, oh, I heart her. I love her and Mr. Gerald. They did wonderful research, wonderful, compassionate, just good people, She is queen. She's boss for sure. I look up to her, admire her, and I would like to be like her, That's just it takes special kind of people, to I guess take the beating when you're just trying to, I guess, not minister, but like I don't know. I guess just not be held in such a negative light or a different light, just for different views, different beliefs. We're all human. We still got to get along. I love all my fellow humans, even the ones that aren't so nice, even the ones that aren't here to support me. I mean, I love everybody. I really do. I admire Mother Teresa and Princess Diana, humanitarians. Like, I love it. Yeah, Kathy, please. No, I don't think there's a Sandra Tanner channel. Well, maybe. I don't know. Let me not answer that. Yeah. That's how, I mean, is it like a physical won't in your head? Kathy, or are you feeling like physical symptoms, or? Yeah, she's good. We are all kindred spirits. I mean, don't think that I have not thought about reaching out to her just for advice, or um, I don't know, just whatever. I admire her work. Another person I admire too is oh, is it Packard? Glenn Packard? Jen, she'll tell me. Glenn Packard, I think his name is. He was on Mormon Stories podcast. And I just like him because he's just an older, just of that generation. Hi, LMNOP, or LMNO. I'm sorry. Thank you. Glad to have you here. Yeah. But that's how I learned so much about Operation Underground Railroad and Tim Ballard and Sean Reyes. Yeah, I like Tyler Filler too. He's a good creator. Yeah, I just haven't been able to look at it yet. I've been really trying to. I guess I've got my blinders on right now. Like I'm trying to not get distracted. Um, because now I feel like I have a deadline, if that makes any sense. Oh, good, Carrie. You need that. I need some gummies. Yeah, I'll give you my address. Ooh, oh, you have it. Um, oh, yeah. But ever since the judge decided for Lori, basically saying, "Hey, Rainey," saying that Chad and Lori were on for January. So far, that's what it is. So I just have to kind of put, bank on that. And so now that's what that fog has contributed. Remember how I told y'all I've just been feeling real foggy? I just really didn't have an explanation to describe how I feel besides, I don't know, indifferent. And I'm not here, I'm not there. And that's been ever since I went to Rexburg, April, for whenever Lori showed up for April 19th with her glasses. When she went there with her grandma gangsta glasses. Glamorous. Anywho, I find it kind of satisfying. She thought she looked good and she did not. Anyways, and so I've got a lot of work to do. Kathy has been after me about it. I've been after my own Heine about it. And I mean, there's plenty of, Jennifer always, everybody always offers help, and I just don't stop long enough to let, just to communicate and just, I don't know. It's something I want to, because this morning I spent writing down all my credentials and stuff that, I got to share. I'm going to share with Kathy, and that way she can help me with kind of just be my backup. I want to get all my social media handles and everything all in sync and together and the same. I have a difficult research page set up on Facebook, which I've had. It used to be my Rustic Innovations is what it used to be. And then I just changed it over to difficult research. And so like that's the only thing I think that matches with my YouTube name, difficult research. So Facebook is difficult research. So I need to set my Twitter to where it's difficult research, and Instagram. I think Instagram and no, it's different usernames. But anyways, I just have to kind of set everything up. It's just tedious little stuff. It's little stuff. What did Rhonda do? Rhonda, what'd you do? July 13th. Well, girl, thank God you're not in prison. Don't end up there. Oh, man. Well, happy early birthday. Oh. I know that Eric's birthday is sometime around now too. I just don't remember exactly when. I want to go see what Rhonda did. Here's a chat joke for y'all. What do you do when you cross Elemento with Bo Pete? I love corny jokes just like that. Keep them coming. Oh, that's awesome. Tedious is what you're good at. Oh my God. So yeah, I've got all that lined up. I had to, kind of, I was like, oh yeah, you scheduled a live for Tuesday. And please, y'all, I learned this in Rexburg from the detectives. And see you next Tuesday. Do y'all get it? I didn't, because they told me and I was like, what? See you next Tuesday. And so they had Ray Hermosillo had to, kind of spell it out for me, literally. And I was like, oh, see you next Tuesday. And the inference or whatever. So that's what I put on the thumbnail for this live, because I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just schedule it for Tuesday. So see you next Tuesday. Yes. Yes, Jen. Yes. And so April 19th is whenever Lori had court, right? And so we were all up there, and after, it was over, we were leaving the courtroom, and I went and talked to, oh yeah, Carrie, you were there. Oh yeah. Not yet. I have not yet. My printer's broke. Actually, that's why I've been writing everything down. So it takes me a whole lot longer to do all this, but it is what it is. But yeah, no, I've got to do that and do that for my kids too. Yeah, yeah. Let me finish this one. So I don't even know if you remember this, Carrie. I don't know if you were right there whenever I talked to the detectives after Lori's hearing on the 19th of April. It was a Tuesday. And so I went straight up to him and I was like, see you next Tuesday, to the cops. And they were like, they laughed, and Mom was just like, oh my God. I was like, they get it. They taught it to me. And I can't believe I had not, I mean, gutter. I'm always gutter. I did not know that. So, what about David Warwick Dream? Oh, yeah. Chelsea. Thank you, Chelsea Diaz. I do know now I know what it meant. That's why I put it on the thumbnail. And so I was like, well, they'll get it, hopefully. Anyways, so yeah, I almost broke out and did a live last night. And I mean, I'd really want to go over that if we can, because it's pretty telling in my opinion. Let me grab my cell phone. So yeah, there was the YouTube comes with a transcript. It's not that accurate, but it's, more than having to write everything word for word. Let me go and set that up. Let's see. Come on. Huh. That's new. Let's oh, because I thought, hold on. Let me go here and let me share this this tab. Share. Hold, please. 1, 2. Let's see. Oh, come on. Couillon. Share. Okay. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Yeah. Okay, let me hide this. Okay. What, if any, advice has your Uncle Charles ever given you that changed your mind or life? That's a, I don't know, that's a tricky question. Because, and I mean, I want to share it with the whole world, but not everybody understands it. Not everybody agrees with it. Not everybody believes in it. But I know trauma can do things to you, and it's kind of like a comparable to a near-death experience. I mean, it really does jolt your entire world. So I wouldn't really say that he gave me, I'll just say it like this. He told me in a dream. My Uncle Charles told me in a dream that their deaths would uncover something far more, and this word for word, far more dark and far more sinister, and their deaths would not be in vain. And so here we are. It means a lot to me, and I take it to heart. That has changed my life. It is, he has definitely guided me. So he guides me. And I just feel blessed and lucky, special, all those things. It's very special. Well, no, you don't, Bo Peep. That's what I'm here for. We're going to do it together. But I just happened to notice this right here, the manliness-LDS blogs. But it shows that I visited already. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. So I'll just, let me just throw that over there to the side. Because I've got to open up his video. And it's going to open up in another window. I don't even know how to set it to where it'll open up, where I don't have to keep changing it. Yeah, no. I'm just trying to think how to do this, so just give me 1 second. I'm going to have to put my thinking cap on. So talk amongst yourselves. Oh, thank you. It's hard to say. It's hard to share. So I've learned that if you say that you dreamed it, people believe it. Like Julie Rose says, Sand, that's just his patriarchal energy. Julie Rose said that about Chad. That's just his patriarchal energy showing. About cracked me up. Well, she is a crackpot, but anyways. Well, I mean, that doesn't surprise me either. They're true crime unveiled. That does not surprise me. One of his many, many problems. Well, poor. I mean, but then and then you're like, here's your wife, Melanie Gibb. Ta-da! Oh my God. Can you imagine? I get on my own damn nerves, much less Melanie Gibb. Just throwing that out there. All right. I can't focus on the chat. I've got to hide the chat. I've got to hide it so I can function. So I close that one out. Let me just go over this one with y'all real quick. Stop sharing. Share. Okay. No. I hit the wrong thing. Dang it. And it's being slow. Okay. Share screen. Which one is it? Hold on. Just checking it. Well, let's go ahead and share it, and we'll go into this Reddit one. And we'll just kind of read over what had been posted in Reddit. This was 2 years ago. Anyways, all right. Sorry about that. Do I have to? Yeah. Whatever. I don't know what's going on. My computer's doing some stuff. Let's see. Let me close out some windows here. Today, Junior, come on. And then y'all may be able to see it. I don't know. Yeah, you can. Okay, let me hide this comment so I can get some screen. Ow, I just hit my tooth. Sure's being slow. I hope it's not cutting me out. Yeah, it is bad, Robbie. I do. This is all I do. I study. I research. I read everything. I watch everything I can, just to really get a good handle on the culture, the environment. I do my homework for sure. And Utah is the #1 place for fraud, yes. And I'll know Arizona just freaks me the hell out. Even more. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Or Saratoga or something. Okie dokie. Thank you. Yeah, I love you too. So sweet. In my video, thank you. Oh my gosh, come on. In the video I did where I read the Reddit email for my first time, I was not playing. I knew everything on the damn thing. I've heard it. I just never read it. And so I happened upon it that night. I just found out Mandy died, and I needed to be working on, another video that I was working on. And the crazy thing is that after all that happened, after Jason came in, he kind of told me, because he came in, and this is just a little bit of some PTSD trauma. I just freeze when I hear loss. I freeze up. I don't know. Sometimes it's not so bad. Sometimes it's paralyzing. But, I mean, it is what it is. At least I'm aware of it, and I know when I'm doing it, and now I need to figure out the steps on how to alleviate it. I'm scared. Honestly, I'm scared to lose anybody. That's really what it is. It's a fear of, just like when Jason goes to the hospital, I kind of disconnect a little bit, because I don't think sometimes I'm just like, what if he doesn't come back? I just really can't handle that on my heart or my mind. And, they say God only gives you what he knows you can handle. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, he thinks I'm a badass. Cheers. And I am. And we're warriors. Just throwing that out there. When he goes show Lori how to warrior. We ain't got to talk about it. We just do it like normal people. Lip gloss. Lip gloss reference. Inference. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me get back to business here. Wherever I'm at. View tab. Okay. Go. Well, where the hell did the post go? That's messed up. Okay. And again, I do everything from my phone, so I'm just like, okay. No, I don't want to create a post. Oh, crap. Oh, no. I'm just going to shut this out. I don't even want to look at it anymore. I done lost interest in it. The hell with it. All right. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Yes, correct. I agree, Sand. God doesn't give us trauma. Other humans give us trauma. Yes, they're the cause of it. It's freaking sad. I mean, I already had it before, but this just, I don't know. It's like I was talking to Jen earlier backstage, and I was sharing with her just how oh, will go watch it, Rainy. Thank you. I'm gonna post it so that people can see, everybody can see. Hi, Miley May. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Robbie. I act like I'm brand new. Can y'all see? What do y'all see though? Okay, nothing. Okay. All right. I'll show this. So this is a website that she's not talked about a lot, but she's somebody I hashtagged the hell out of. Always have. She'll never fall off my radar. And that would be Mrs. Michelle McDermott. Also, note, because y'all know I'm a stickler for these things. There's a detective that works. I don't remember. I think he works for Chandler PD. I get Chandler and Gilbert mixed up. I don't know which one's which. They're the same to me. Arizona cops. But basically, Michelle McDermott, or they call her Shelly. She is she probably has some prepper pride. Let's just say that. Oh, did I even show it? Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's do that. And anyways, I'm just going to show you guys, this website. David's stream is shared in here. It's Cuckoo. Just, let's go to the Vision Vault. Okay. Now this one, y'all, oh yeah. And guess who the latest member of AVO is? This girl right here. I haven't opened it up yet, but oh my God, don't tell nobody. Anyways, yeah, finally, I'm like, screw it. I'm all in. But anyways, this Texas Dreamer right here, I think they live close to Lake Charles, because I think it says Lake Charles in here. Because this is also an AVO, this dream right here. And, well, let me get to that part. Because I'm like, why the hell are they saying Lake Charles? Oh, yeah. The collected saints come not only from Louisiana, Mississippi, Oh my God, in Vidor, Texas. That's like a very racist ass town in Texas, right there in Vidor, Texas. But I mean, it's probably about 30 minutes from here, maybe. Ooh, anyways, in Woodville. I was gonna say Woodville. Oh crap. Anyways, I haven't read this dream today. We're not gonna read it, but you can go to the site. It's nfptimeline.weebly.com/visions-vault.html. Okay, and so they're all their dreams, every one of their dreams, they all have the same. It's the same template, same trailer, different park, same shit, different day. Same shit, different toilet. I mean, you can use that inference anywhere. It's cookie cutter. It's basically the same thing over again. What I'm noticing in these patterns is that they all have the same ways of saying the same thing, but in different story form. If that makes any sense, which, I mean, they don't make sense. I concur. But what I'm saying, I hope that makes sense. It's nuts. And it's blowing my ever-loving mind because it's finally starting to like click together for me. And I'm like, okay, definitely, like I have enough experience in it now. Not so much professional yet, but where did my shoe go? My flip-flop. Anyways, it's just, yeah, don't know how to explain it. But like I was showing you guys how Michael Rush, with his symbols and the way he talks, it's all code talk and symbols, and it's a way of communicating. And I mean, I've read more into it, and it's not like it's, I guess, unless you are having to, like in my case, to really understand the background of Chad and Lori and friends and people, co-conspirators, then, I mean, for me, it's important to know every aspect of it, because to me, it helps me to be fair. It helps me to balance and weigh everything as fair, as just, that's a good word, as fair as I can, as one possibly can, especially as fair as one family member possibly can. Because, I mean, I try to look for things that factor in from every facet of their lives, from family, upbringing, schools, the different sports activities they participated in growing up, just what kind of people. I've really do research the hell out of this, because, and I also do it for, TYLEE, Charles, JJ. Don't really know that much about Tammy yet, but I know that that'll come. I have faith that that'll come in due time, when I feel like her sister advocates hard for her behind the scenes, I mean, I respect the way that they handle their grief, I don't get to tell nobody how to grieve. She just seems like a really cool person, Samantha does. And one day I'd like to meet her and give her a big old hug, that makes me want to cry. But anyways, so, when y'all get a chance, just go and visit the site, because, and then go to abysmal.com, which is aval. Okay, see how they do this right here? They used to put the temple names in, but now they don't, because this is the call out. This is their call out. This is their caw-caw, their language, their ways of communicating with like-minded people, which is fine. You know, people of like mind, you are what you attract, what you are. I mean, we're like-minded people. So anyways, but it basically is the same dream. Every one of these people, you know, it's like, is it plagiarism, or is it just code talk, or is it really them experiencing these things, or is it all of the above and then something, you know, that I don't know about? I want to know, you know. Inquiring minds want to know. And that's definitely me. I didn't realize how deep I was philosophically, you know, like I really am methodical. And anyways, here's Sarah Monet. Yep, Sarah Monet's dream. So hers is a little more just to the point. I kind of appreciate that. She's not as long-winded. I'm trying not to make y'all dizzy or anything. Well, that didn't help, did it? Okay. Dreams of Daughters of Zion, or Dreams of Zion. I don't remember what these whatever initials stand for. I forget the anyways. Actually posted this video a long time ago. It's like 5 minutes long, and it's just real quick. I should have opened those up. I just kind of did that because there's just so much crap in my phone. And as I go, I just need to, I don't care if it's 5 screenshots or 5 minutes, you know, whatever it is, just put them up and share. I just kind of, that way maybe y'all can kind of see what all I research. I research everything. And I'm not playing. Like, I just want to know. And I want to make good, not decisions, but I just want to base everything off of me looking really thoroughly into it, not just accepting things at face value or accepting things at just what people tell me. I want to know for myself. It's important to me in my mission and my journey, you know. But they all echo the same thing. I mean, that sounds scary as hell here. The picture of the earth engulfed by this huge ball of red and gold fire slowly faded into blackness. All right. I was thinking that I have to go down and take care of my children so that they could be protected from the terrible things that were going to happen. And then I don't remember anymore until I woke up in the hospital. And then what? No. Y'all. Oh, and that makes me think too. So the culture of Mormonism, women and men, everybody, mainly women though, from what I've learned, what I've researched, is they kept journals, right? It reminds me of Susan Cox Powell. And I'm like, oh my God, please God, let Tammy's journals be with the cops, with the detectives. Hopefully, I pray to God that she wrote stuff in her journal. I know she did. I just feel like she did. I mean, that too, Kathy. Yeah. I don't know. I just that I've been wanting to tell y'all that, or just talk about it, and I just feel like there's nuggets that she would have left, you know. Hopefully it is knowledge is power and prayer is necessary for discernment. Oh, that's good, Jean. I like that. Thank you for sharing. Did Lori ever keep a journal? That's a good question too. Okay. And True Come Unveiled says journaling is very important. It's a big thing that's stressed. Written records. A lot of moms keep journals for their kids. But do the dads? That I'm asking because I'm asking for a friend. No. I'm asking because I want to know if it's, do men keep journals, or is it pushed on them, or not so much? Is it not so much stressed on um, Mormon men to, also keep up with journals? I really don't know, Carrie. Man. Hmm. Hmm. Now my wheels are turning. Um, Hold on just one second. I don't want to lean over too far because I will fall. Let me just lift the damn thing. Put it on my lap. Oh my God. See these? See, that's just one. Nothing of Bibles. Okay. All right. Boy, I wrote David Warwick a lot just right here on these 2 pages. And I'm like, that was a hot minute ago. Oh, I wrote somebody's comment for so in a way I journal. It's just not ever organized. I wasn't looking for this, but see, it finds me somehow. And so hold on just one second, let me do this. Woo! It says I wrote, it's somebody else's comment, but when I run across something that I I'm like, oh well, that's a good question to ask, or something like that. I think she did, Rhonda. I really do, because they do say it, and I do know that Chad, with his comment he made, that he volunteered. Chad volunteered his comment about Tammy, her health failing. I mean, nobody even asked him. Wasn't nobody talking to him? Did y'all notice that? Oh, she was here earlier, Jean, but she'll see it. They'll see it. Nobody said, "Hey, Chad." Nobody. But he was Mr. Johnny on the spot, and he was like, yeah, the same thing with my sister-in-law, which I thought he was talking about Heather at first. And then I was like, no, because I really feel like I remember seeing, I don't know where I got it from. So I got it from somewhere, but basically getting with Samantha William, about the pet cemetery. I do remember something like that. I just don't remember where I picked it up at. But anyway, so I think he was referring to Samantha whenever he said that, when he volunteered his information to Melanie Gibb, who didn't care, by the way. She was just trying to save her own hiney. Hey, Leanne, how you doing? How you doing? But anyways, so, and Melanie's like, I haven't met her. I don't know who you're talking about. And he was like, oh, I know, but her health was failing. He went into the whole story of why Tammy died and was so sick. And I'm just like, okay. So he volunteered something that nobody even asked about. It was really basically Korhor versus Melanie Phibb. Anyway, so just weird, awkward, random, something that was uninvited, wasn't prompted, wasn't insinuated, and he just felt like he just needed to volunteer that information. And I think that's very telling, in my opinion. Like, that's, to me, it's like when my kids do something wrong and they're like, they come in, like if Silas walked in here right now and said, Mama Kay, I didn't do it. Y'all don't think I wouldn't hop my happy butt up and just be like, what'd you do? Where's it at? Where's the mess? I mean, it's weird. It's like an admission of guilt by saying, I'm not guilty. Okay. That's just me. Anyways, but anyway, so I wrote this down, and it was a comment that I don't know how to say their username, Oshinoka, and it's from Reddit. I don't know when it's from. I wrote it on May 5th, 2022, but that don't mean that's how old that is. And they said some have proposed that David Warwick was the likely author of the original zombie email. I don't know how to link it here. Maybe a mod knows how. But in it, the author said that Alex had turned into a zombie. How would David Warwick know Alex had turned into a zombie? How would David Warwick know? Oh, I wrote it twice. Jeez. Unless Melanie G, Chad, or Lori told him. Edit addition. If true, Alex became a zombie if Alex did become a zombie, who named him as such and when? See, and I had the same questions about, it's a whole nother thing to, like when I was reading the infamous zombie email or whatever. I mean, it was different when you read it and you say TYLEE. It says TYLEE, Alex, and Kay had become zombies now. I mean, that chapped my ass, y'all. Because 2 out of those 3 people that became zombies, allegedly. One of them was my mom, and only one of them's alive left, and that is my mom. So it just really F's with my head a lot. It pisses me off. It hurts. It just boils my blood. Just like how she used my freaking family lineage like that. I feel like I'm violated on so many levels. It pisses me off. You don't. Anyways, let me just not. Let me leave that alone. All right. Let me go grab this real quick. Okay. I didn't want to. There was another one that's in YouTube. I'll just go to mine. Hell with it. Okay, let me pause it for a sec. Let me go switch screens. Stop sharing. And share. There we go. Okay. Great. Look at that mug. Yikes. Y'all, I really feel like anybody who, y'all are some troopers. 5,118 people have viewed it. That means they are dedicated. They are committed to the cause. So this was August 19, 2016, in front of fellow active members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and like-minded people who are alleged to have gathered and possibly still gather regularly to hear speakers like David Warwick, Sean Littlebear, Julie Rowe, Chad Daybell, Jason Mel, Rod Meldrum, Melanie Gibb, Lori Vallow Daybell, and so many others. And it's true. It's just, yeah, I have to I have a list, and not all the time do I have it available. It runs over the 500 characters that you can put to tag in YouTube, on a regular, like your default, I guess you could say. For informational purposes only, before 2019, I had never asked questions like this one. However, in July of 2019, my Uncle Charles Vallow was senselessly, allegedly murdered by his estranged wife, now my former Aunt Lori Vallow Daybell, and her brother Alex Lamar Cox. My life changed in an instant. Since that date, I began asking questions into who David Warwick truly is and what exactly is he about. He and Melanie Gibb married on December 12th, 2020. Fun fact, on December 11th, 2019, authorities exhumed the body of Chad Daybell's former late wife, Tammy Douglas Daybell, to perform an autopsy since one wasn't requested by the Daybell family. The elected coroner also failed to order an autopsy at the time of Tammy's death. It was just automatically ruled as natural causes by the coroner. Fun facts. Alex Lamar Cox died on December 12th, 2019. December 12th, 2019, Tammy's body was exhumed, tested, and reinterred. David Warwick and Melanie Gibb married one another on the 1-year anniversary date of Alex Cox, married 12/12/2020. And I think they lived for a blissful 2 weeks-ish, maybe. Weird. Anywho, so what I was doing, what I did last night, and it just, I don't know. I ran across this part and I was like, oh my God. What I did was I would listen to it, but then I would read the transcript out loud. I know, poor Jason. And I'm making sure y'all are here. Okay. Just making sure. Yeah. Okay. We probably all have died. If it was to their standards and to their definitions of, or somebody dying, because they all done died 15 times. I wish they were a little more successful in it. Maybe they should be some whole assers. Little advice. Because they never whole ass died. That's all I'm just throwing that out there. Okay. All right. That was my little passive aggressive rant. And let me park myself back here. All right. Let me get back to it. Okay. So let me open where is the damn transcript? Show it. Okay. Oh, because it's not playing. There. Right. He sounds like a damn cyborg. Okay. He sounds like a damn cyborg. I hate it. Anyways, we'll just get through we'll just kind of barrel through it. Whenever y'all feel like giving up, we'll give up. We'll let it go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them talk for a little bit, and then I'm going to read it for a little bit.
He was with the bad guys, which really surprised me, because I was excited because he's 35. I got family that worked in the auto industry, Anyway, I was excited about him because he's bringing Chrysler back. And anyway, I just remember seeing him at this meeting, and I thought, what's he doing here? But anyway, so I'm just going to kind of talk fast.
No, you don't.
Already happened. And so,
can you skip to the future?
What's that?
The future instead of past.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to talk fast and just kind of tap. I'm not going to go into the wars that have already been. And
you give us a brief synopsis, though, of those events that you saw before they happened, maybe just kind of to touch on them?
Actually, if you listen to his tape, they're on there.
Okay.
I need his tape.
Okay.
Right, aren't they on the?
I wasn't sure what the question was. Sorry, that sounded good.
I wanted to go through the synopsis of what you were shown before it happened, just real quick. You know,
Yeah,
rather than just skip over it.
That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna avoid some details because it doesn't matter now. I want to try to just kind of get a foundation and then take it to where we're at now. Okay, so shows me the hard and secret combinations, Washington, D.C. Then he takes me over to England, and then he shows me more secret combinations. Then he takes me down to Saudi Arabia, shows me more secret combinations. And then that's where I saw the Ayakoka and many of our government officials there. And I remember I was like, what are you guys doing here? It didn't fit.
Ayakoka.
And then he took me over the Atlantic, where I could see all three bodies at the same time. And he said they're all the same, and the head is in Washington. So I saw that all three, they're being led from our capital. Then he took me we went back over the Atlantic, just west of England, and we're looking down in England, and I see 6 dark, evil, just darkness, just moving in 6 different places throughout England.
I think that's very telling, by the way.
And then terrorism type activities just came out of that and sent the whole country into confusion. And then I saw an Islamic military and Russian equipment, Air Force and Navy invade from the south. And then England called upon her allies for help. And next thing I know, we're standing in the Congress and the call comes and we don't do anything. Our government just sat there, listened to the call, and we didn't respond.
Why didn't he do anything?
And I couldn't understand. Well, why aren't we helping? This is our mother country and one of our main allies. But we let them hang. France responds to the call, but before the military can get out of their western borders, they have a revolution that's so bad that their government calls the military back to police their own people. Then I saw war just spread throughout Europe, down into Africa and over into Asia. And then the next night, I'm standing over the Pacific, just west of California, where and I could see we could see Australia, from there into the Middle East, and then back out to North Korea, and that's where we were looking. And then an event takes place in North Korea, and I remember it was not a big deal, but our government made it a big deal and got the war drums going. And I saw that our military was spread out in the South Pacific and up into the Middle East. Then so they gather war forces here from the west, and then down to San Diego, and then they head up to North Korea. And then when our military entered into the international waters, communication, I don't know how they did it, but the communication was cut, where our military didn't know what happened to us, and we didn't know what happens to them. And then before they got to Korean waters, I saw communication go out of Washington, D.C. to Moscow, and it basically said, now. And then saw Russia, China, and several other nations attack us everywhere, not just in the Pacific, everywhere we were foreign, and we were attacked. And our military that was outside the United States was overcome in 3 to 4 days. And then I saw Russia and China eventually come here. I don't know why, but it seemed like there was a 2-month, I don't know why, but it seemed like there was a 2-month span from the time that we were hit to the time they came to the coast. And so I'm trying to understand where that's coming from, because it doesn't seem to quite fit. But that was what was in my mind when I came to.
Did you see Americans stand up to that at all? I mean, to the
No,
No.
dum.
Worse yet.
When they attacked our military out in the Pacific,
Oh, okay.
and other, basically we get attacked out there before they came here.
So when they come here, though, Dave, you don't see you. Nobody stands up for anything there. Am I the only one? I don't understand that logic.
Well, it's because President Clinton's voice.
Come on or not.
President Clinton's voice was the one that came over the radio when the invasion took place. And he said, in order to save millions of Americans' lives, lay down your weapons. We do not have the military to resist this. We just basically were just told to take it.
Clinton said this, even though he's no longer the president?
Yeah, what doesn't make sense from that?
But I don't know.
Because that's the
Good God.
president.
At the time,
Because he would recognize that's the president, I think, right?
He's, look how much power he's had just while Obama's been in. How many meetings has he taken over for Obama?
He's still alive.
They're all the same.
Yeah, he's making some serious.
They're all
So it
the
doesn't
same.
matter that it was Clinton or Obama or whoever.
No.
No,
but
but
that's
that's-
what
It was
because-
Hillary, she just had his vote. She's gonna have that operation.
Yeah,
He's recognized and trusted.
It wasn't his last
Yeah.
name.
so,
So Dave, what's the timeline like on that? Or did you kind of get an idea? You give an idea of that?
I just saw that, we would be spread out in the Middle East when it happened. That was the main thing that stuck out. And we would have a lot of force in the South Pacific, which Obama, 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago now, Asia Pacific military strategy. Don't worry, no enemies. It's all strategic, just strategy. Well, it's not. It's sacrifice. We're going to be sacrificed.
I hold a strong opinion for that damn word right there. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know. It rubbed me wrong last night. I wrote my notes down. Let me let him continue while I find my notes.
What's that? What?
So that was your second night?
That was the second night.
I'm sorry, Dave, one more time. In England, the dark horse you saw, what was that?
Your mama. It was your mama.
Is Islamic dressed as Russian? Is that what you were saying?
Well, the invading force was Islamic in Russian equipment. So their Navy and their Air Force, their equipment was built by Russia.
Okay.
But it was filled with an Islamic military. And I felt that it was more than one nation that I saw coming in, but they were all Islam. That's how I remembered it. So
Sorry.
if you watch what they're doing, they're always fueling the North Koreans. They want to make sure the American people believe this is a real threat, and they're feeding it so that way when it comes time for them to pull that card,
Okay.
there was a
I
lot.
found it. I don't know. Y'all can't see me. I know. I'm sorry. Okay. So I kind of wrote this down in my notes. Okay. And it says, I ran across something earlier regarding David Warwick and his alleged dreams/visions. So I looked at the transcripts from the video I published a while back. That's almost 5 hours long. Okay. So YouTube provides transcripts nowadays. And I mean, they're not like on point or on the money in accuracy, but they do help me with understanding for the most part. So I read the transcript out loud to Jason. And oh my God, I have to share it with y'all. I have to jump on and do a live stream here in a bit, although it's 2:23 a.m. I'm a night owl. That's what I do. Plus sometimes my days and nights get mixed up. Okay. So I want to do a live stream here in a bit. So I never did because I was like, well, you go on later. So anyways, and go over David's dream that provides audio, even though I have it in video form on my channel in which to listen to. And I'm going to share it live, but I'm also going to really comb through it by reading the transcript from the same video. And I feel it'll make your jaws drop like it did mine. David Warwick allegedly had such a horrifying and emotionally painful and exhausting nightmare the night JJ was murdered. And y'all know how I feel about that. I know how y'all feel about it, right? I feel like both, and this is my own opinion, this is my theory, this is my intuition has told me this. I feel like both TYLEE and JJ were victims of ritual murder. Hell, maybe Joe, Charles, and Tammy too. But Warwick, Gibb, Chad, Lori, and Alex, just allegedly, just let's blanket that over this whole entire statement. Alex were all up in Rexburg that night doing God knows what. I don't believe it had a lick to do with the damn podcast, though. But there was also a conference in Rexburg that was held the exact same weekend. What are the chances, right? That's sarcasm, by the way. If I'm not mistaken, I think I remember Gibb testifying in court. I think that's where she said it. That's the reason she and David were in town. Allegedly. I think I remember Gibb saying that she and David had left to attend said conference on that Saturday, but I'll have to go and check. But in my mind, in my heart, my gut feeling screams at me that this is something far more dark and far more sinister than we can even know and or imagine, because we aren't evil a-holes. In the FOIA document dump in the 1108 pages, I recall reading in the report, I believe via the text messages shared. Oh my gosh, I can't read. Wow. Okay, yeah, I believe via text messages shared from the accused. Yeah, that I think his name is Kenneth or Keith Levitt. I forget his name, Kenneth or Keith. Anyways, he basically it's the guy who replaced Eric Smith as Julie Rose Zoom meeting assistant. I guess that's how to explain it. He and his wife's name are within that report. Kenneth or maybe Keith. I always confuse the two. Anyways, Kenneth and Suzanne Levitt. Kenneth and Suzanne Levitt are named in the FOIA docs. I'm pretty sure, y'all. Want to know who he is? Great. Thomas G. Harrison, or Tom, is what the hell? I must have skipped in when I wrote the damn note. Well, anyways, we're just going to roll with it. Thomas G. Harrison, or Tom, is a mental health therapist who lives in Salt Lake City. He holds a calling with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He also knows some higher ups in church, allegedly. They're allegedly general authorities. Okay, so you all have heard about how Lori loved her some visions of glory. John Pontius, laugh out loud, didn't mean to lose you, but wanted to keep your attention. So yes, John Pontius did write Visions of Glory, but John Pontius published the book and dubbed Thomas G. Harrison as Spencer. Thomas G. Harrison is Spencer. Spencer is Thomas G. Harrison. In my opinion, I believe that. I wrote, I hope y'all are following me because y'all can't, because I can't freaking read while I'm writing. I hope y'all are following me because it's rather confusing to explain, and it has been for quite some time now. It's Spencer's dream, and Spencer is Thomas G. Harrison. The reason that Tom G. Harrison did not publish that book is because he holds a calling in the church. I believe this. I should not look away. The reason that Tom G. Harrison did not publish the book is because he holds a calling. I think is because he holds a calling in the church. And I think that they would probably frown upon that, maybe in his, from his perspective, maybe he thought that it would be best for somebody to ghostwrite it, I guess. Let me cough. Okay. Can y'all hear me? Okay. So and he knows many who are general authorities, allegedly. Had he published his own damn visions of glorious dreams and stuff and published it as himself, then he would have possibly maybe been X'd. And most likely because, guys, this book is like another testament, in my opinion. To me, this group of people, this is just, it's like another staple in their spiritual house. You know, it's like, okay, I have my Book of Mormon, I have my Bible, I have my Words of Wisdom, I have my Pearl of Great Price. Oh yeah, that's the one, Rainey, you're talking about, is Audrey Baratera. Yeah. I've got some stuff. I mean, I don't have some stuff on her. I have some research. Just haven't put it together. You know, I'm not good at this. So I'm thinking basically if he would have published this book on his own, it maybe would have been frowned upon. And maybe, you know, he felt more comfortable publishing this book, Visions of Glory, using a ghostwriter like John Pontius. Okay. John Pontius has died since then. You know, God rest his soul. He seemed like a good man. Anyways, let me just read this so I don't lose it. It's like, from my opinion, this book is like another testament of Jesus Christ in these people's eyes. When you read the comments under in Amazon or Audible or anywhere that sells the book, Vallow sells the book, by the way, still. They endorse it. Everybody endorses it. Well, okay, so basically I feel like this book is it's like another testament of Jesus Christ to the people who swear by it. And I've heard countless stories of how this very book has changed their lives, etc., and so on. Anyways, Tom was named in the FOIA docs, I believe. I really do believe. And see, I probably should have, you know, gotten this together, but I didn't because I was going to go over the screenshots, but here we are. And then around the time JJ was murdered, there's a reference within a text that says Bishop blank. Okay. It's redacted, I think. Sorry, I should have gathered my evidence before sharing, but I didn't. It's about as puzzling to me as the egg reference between Lori and Alex, and then saying to meet one another at the terrestrial temple. Terrestrial, oh, wait. Do y'all get it? Because it just kind of clicked with me. Oh, goodness. Okay, we live on, right now, allegedly, basically we live in a telestial world, right, Jen? A telestial world, meaning that's Earth as we know it right now today. That's the telestial level of, it's the lowest tier, heaven. There's 3 tiers. Okay. So if they're talking about meet me at the terrestrial temple, she's saying basically meet me where, when, you know, if let's say once JJ was murdered, meet me at the terrestrial, I don't really know. I just feel like it's the heaven, the one that goes up, up 1 tier, if you will. So, and then celestial is the highest. Celestial is the highest level of heaven, but you have to be like super exalted and pretty perfect here, and you know, to make it to the celestial. Tina Reddington, it's the terrestrial, number 2, the second level. What do you get from it, Tina? Please. Oh, Jen did? Okay. Okay. Thank you, Sand. I mean, I don't know. That just kind of clicked like, okay, we're not going to meet at the Celestial Temple because that would be the one here on Earth right now, right? And then terrestrial would infer that JJ was dead, right? Okay. I don't know. Just reading that out loud just kind of made that click for me. Even though she got lost doing it. Oh, it's okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I want to know why Thomas G. Harrison, aka Spencer, hasn't spoken up, and why hasn't he been investigated by authorities? And if so, I haven't heard of Bo Peep. I haven't heard of Bo Peep. Anyways, okay. So basically, I'm saying, why hasn't he been investigated by the authorities? And has he been? Or any of us, really? I mean, myself included. Like, I've done a little bit of, I guess, sleuthing on him. Well, kind of a little bit more, quite a bit. I've done quite a bit of sleuthing. And I've just been real reserved about talking about it. Why? I don't know. Is it some form of like level of intimidation a little bit because he does know people, I don't know. Perhaps. I know that there's a level of protection that the church provides for people as any other safe house, safe place. In that sense, that's the sense I'm talking about. Okay. That's where you should be able to go and get help and seek refuge. And you know what I mean? Like I always tell my kids, I've never been one of those parents that scares my children from the police, because if something's going down, I don't want them to be scared to go get help. That I hate when parents do that. Please don't do that. I even, y'all, one time I got pulled over. I just went and picked ASHLYNN up. I just got off work, and we got stopped by a cop. I was speeding, and there were like 9 patrol cars, y'all, in the Kroger parking lot. My daughter was sitting in the back seat with her seatbelt on, because we wear our seatbelts, okay? And she was, I looked back at her and she was like, and I was like, babe, it's okay. It's okay. It was excessive and extreme, if you will, to have 8 or 9, and I'm not playing, 8 or 9 cruisers, cop cars showed up because I was speeding. Barely. And I'm talking like 3 miles over. Anyways, and the cop came to my window and he was, asked me my name and all this stuff and for my stuff. And I looked at him and when I mean business, I grit my teeth. I said, "Can I talk to you back there?" Only my lips move. I'm like, "Hey, I need to talk to you back there." And he brought me to the back of the car and I said, "You are scaring the shit out of my daughter." And I said, "I'm not one of those parents that scare my children, and you're going to traumatize her. Basically, can you just knock it down a couple 50 notches or something?" And let me tell you, he changed his tune, and he, made small talk with her and, this and that. And I, just relaxed a whole bunch. They're intense, which freaks me, or not freaks me out, but my mind is blown, because you sit here and you see Christina Atwood, Serena Sharp, Melanie Gibb. All these people get interviewed because that's what it was. It was an interview. I've had job interviews more, intimidating than that. More, oh my God, more invasive, I should say. And I mean, that's just for speeding a couple miles over the speed limit. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying that's where I broke the law. I'm accountable for that. However, oh, sorry, Tina. Anyways, I can't look at chat. I gotta hide it. Anyways, I'm just saying I've had worse experiences being pulled over by police than all of them being interviewed combined. Probably Chad and Lori too. Just saying. Jeez. Like 2 cops will be talking to you at one time, and I'm like, I'm trying to answer one, but I can't do 2 things at one time. Y'all know this. And so it's very, and I think they do that as a tactic. I think it's on purpose. And just, one talking to you here, one talking to you there, and you're not trying to be disrespectful, but you're trying to answer their questions. And, anyways, and so I get a little, I'm like, I get a little loud, and I start talking like this and animated, real animated. And they're like, calm down. I'm like, I am calm. I'm calm. But that's just me. That's how my voice goes. My brother's the same way. My mom, my Uncle Charles, we were kind of all the same way. But anyways, it's just, I don't like that. That's very weird. And it's more of a militarized kind of, which I understand a lot of our policemen, and I respect the hell out of police. I do. They don't get enough credit, I feel, for the work that they do. However, that's what changing policy and readdressing all these issues periodically, that's what that's all about, is to learn. We always can change. We can always sharpen something, improve something, a lot of some things. Always room for improvement. Anyways, that's enough of that rant. Anyways, I said, I know that there is a level of protection that the church provides until it doesn't. And maybe he's just flying under our radar and under that guise. I don't like it. It stinks to me. It has since I can remember. David Warwick's dream that I'm about to go over in a live stream references Spencer. Chad's trained stream references Spencer. Everyone references Spencer, or shall I say Thomas G. Harrison. He is the common denominator, guys. Visions of Glory is the common denominator. In my opinion, Visions of Glory is in the crime photos that were from the FOIA dump, the 1108 page FOIA dump. It's, anyways. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to release this info here, but I will. It's just my opinion. Okay, so I mean, I find it weird, and I'm sure that they're in other people's dreams too. I mean, I've never heard Julie's, and not really Hector's. Who knows? Who knows? Because in Chad's train stream, there was Julie, Hector, and Spencer. And again, it's that same template that I told y'all. It's the same template they use, but I heard it in the Ruby on Rails doctrine. It's like the same story, but different, just different storylines. Same community. It's the same code. It's the same pattern. It's the same rhythm or whatever. They just change it to whomever they're telling the story to, or a dream. Anyways, David Warwick's dream that I'm about to go over in a live stream references Spencer's Chad's train stream references Spencer. Oh my God, references Spencer. Everyone references Spencer, or shall I say Thomas G. Harrison. He is the common denominator. Perhaps he seems to believe that he is the one mighty and strong. Or, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know. It's just a question. Does he think that he's the one mighty and strong? Because, anyway. Just a thought. Chad, Julie, and Hector seem to be more like disciples, in my opinion. I have never heard Chad refer to himself as a prophet. And y'all, I've dug. I've looked. I've listened inside and out. Nobody else has either. This is something I began noticing back before they unearthed our babies. I've kept close watch also. There are two people who I think could be the actual leader of this ilk, and it's Thomas G. Harrison, aka Spencer, or Mr. Sean Littlebear, whose real name is Terry S. And Sean had to marry before he could get his calling from the church. And Nancy and Mike James posted on Facebook. I have the screenshot. What I just said regarding Sean getting married, and she posted that their media company, which was Latter Day Media, aka Preparing a People, was going to be videoing the wedding ceremony of Sean, Terry, and his bride, Janelle. Melanie Gibbs speaks about Janelle Littlebear when she was talking about who rode with whom when going to these conferences. So Sean Littlebear married Janelle, and either he thinks he's the one mighty and strong, or maybe it's Tom G. Harrison / Spencer. I don't know. To me, it doesn't, oh my God. To me, it doesn't too much matter, because in my eyes, they're all Guilty. So there's that. And to reflect on the screenshots like I have since the very beginning of these cases, I always revisit that no matter what. Something draws me right back to it. I can't turn away. It's like I can't quieten my intuition down. I can't silence it. It's like, no. That's what my gut tells me. So there's that. And it's pretty big, but let me go check. Let me check on y'all. I know I just kind of dropped some bombs in your lap. In all caps, I sure did. I do. Okie dokie, I used to not follow my instinct. I used to ignore it, and that's when I would make mistakes. Me too, Carrie Ann. She got me. She got me good. And so she was in chat. True Crime Unveiled was in chat and Sunday, and anyways, and so I know she wanted me to announce her name, so I kind of got like, but yeah, she got me too. TCU, yeah. Anyways, we're not gonna touch that one here. So, I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna ignore my gut. Have allowed my intuition, my gut instinct, my gut feeling to guide me and lead me throughout this entire process, the entire journey. I know that many are fact driven, and I am too. Facts are very important to me. I mean, they are. You've got to be able to prove it, right? Well, but I'm I'm an emotional being. I'm a feeler. Not all the way. I mean, I do have a brain. Right now it seems to be mush, but it's just, I can't squash it. I don't like it. It stinks. It stinks. And I don't like it. And I'm going to kind of tell y'all, in an informal way, I guess you can say, okay, basically, if you go and read or listen to the video I have, Visions of Glory, it is Spencer and John Pontius. So Spencer is Thomas G. Harrison, allegedly. My conspiracy, don't sue me, like Nora Jasmine says. And he talks about, now I've only listened to this one time last night after I listened to the little points on WARWICKCHAD. Yeah, it'll be. Anyways, after I listened to that, to David WARWICKCHAD and read it out loud, I was just like, holy shit. Oh my God. And so I went to the Visions of Glory video I have. Now it's just audio, but anyways, I went to it and I just I listened to it while I was writing this note. And he said something that matched up with Chad Daybell's train stream. And it just, and also what got me there was David Warwick's dream that referenced Spencer. Okay, so I was like, birds of a feather flock together, right? Right. There's no denying that. I can't. So let me do this real quick. Let me do this. Let's go back to old Warwick. Okay. Let me get to. Let's do this right here. Wait. Here, let's press play.
Okay, I'm just doing this to get myself mapped out so I can speed it up. I want to get to the Zion.
You grow in Idaho too, if you have any apple.
I have. That's okay. We'll start with the Idaho one. This is the when I saw Idaho, I saw that anyway, whether the Lord's teaching the principle here or whether it actually happens, I believe it's both. But if it's both, they're both symbolic.
We know everything about them is symbolic. They're all about symbols, signs. I mean, oh my God, it echoes all throughout this. Okay, just wanted to make that point. I'm sure y'all all know, but
When I was in Idaho, we thousands of us as Latter-day Saints were tied at the stake, and we were being taunted, tortured, and burned alive. And now
that bothered me.
Experience,
That whole statement bothered me. And we're being tortured and burned alive. And now in this experience, I'm tied at the stake myself. And I remember as we looked into each other's eyes, who the hell are you talking about? Anyways, there was a lot of faith and love between us, and the spirit was strong. And anyway, I remember when the tormentors came to me, you know, they started off verbally and then they went physical and then they burned me alive. And I remember I woke up in my bed while I was burning and and here's a thought that was in my mind. That was bad. Oh, that wasn't that bad. Oh my God. That didn't register the first time I read it. Oh my God. I remember I woke up in my bed while I was burning, and here's a thought that was in my mind. That wasn't that bad. I would have thought I would have been more painful. You know, I thought the fear of them were exceeding, but it wasn't that bad. So I was kind of thinking, so this is how abandoned I did it, how I've always been that he doesn't make sense a lot like me. I went through has always bothered me. Every time I read it, it just always bothered me. Then after having this experience through a vision, see, then he just starts talking freaking normal. Through a vision or through a dream. See, I think he slipped up, like kind of like I had to, share my experience or my dream about my Uncle Charles. So I think this is a vision. Anyways, or through a dream, I was, wow, okay, so it's not going to be bad. A lot of us, it's just, fear of the unknown, chalking it up, natural man, here go we, can handle it. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my God, natural man, here we go, we can handle it. Well, the next night, the Lord gives me the same experience. This time the fear and the pain was absolutely unbearable. And I woke up and my body had released itself. It was really messed up. My heart, my lungs, everything. I was struggling, trying to live. I woke up and I was in the process of dying. And you live in Idaho. No. Oh, no, somebody else probably asking. Let's see.
Never been to Idaho at this point. I woke out and I was in the process of dying. And
You live in Idaho?
Oh,
no,
Johnny, come on.
never been to Idaho at this point. I'd never been in Idaho.
What part of Idaho was it?
I just knew it was Idaho. That's all I know. But there was thousands of us that were going through this.
Idaho.
So,
David, there's a scriptural reference that talks about those who die in the Lord. That death
has no
is like
sting.
sweet
Yeah.
unto them. And so
What?
that's what happened. So
What did you just say?
about those who die in the Lord, that death
has
is
no
like
sting.
sweet
Yeah.
unto them. And so
Did they just say death is sweet?
die in the Lord, that death
Has
is
no
like
sting.
sweet
Yeah.
unto them. And so
I don't know. That's weird.
That's what happened. So when I'm up, sitting up in my, laying in my bed, trying to get things to function, and still be in the pain, even though it's not happening, I'm still in the pain. The bedroom wall went white, and the light came through,
That's a pattern for him. He always talks about the walls going white, everything going white.
and it reset me as soon as the light descended upon me. And then I was trying,
He's a vampire.
and in my mind, the first thing I was grasping, what was the difference? Why was it so bad tonight? And last night it was nice. And the Spirit said, because the first night you were with me, the second night you were on your own. And here's what I pointed out. I had the opportunity, all I had to do was deny Jesus Christ. That's all I had to do. And I wouldn't have to go through it. Both instances.
See, and I've heard this before from my Uncle Ed talking to me back in the day. I was like 20, and he would talk to me about rapture and revelations and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh. Now I have I've matured and life experience. And anyways, I understand it a lot better at this point in my life versus when I was 20. And he always told me that if you didn't accept the mark of the beast, then you would basically have to die for the Lord, or receive the mark of the beast. Like, it was just, anyway. So I think that's kind of pretty much what he's saying here.
Second night you were on your own. And here's what I pointed out. I had the opportunity, all I had to do was deny Jesus Christ. That's all I had to do. And I wouldn't have to go through it. Both instances, the Lord showed me that I would not deny him. But the first night I was with him, the second night I wasn't. And that was the difference. And that goes to what he was just saying about that scripture. So, anyway, so that's why I showed Idaho, I don't know. I just knew it was Idaho. Okay, I'm gonna start with the Oregon, Washington work down. I've never been to Oregon, Washington at this point in my life, and we were gathered. There was thousands of us gathered on the west coast of the United States.
Here we go with the gathering.
And I remember we were just north of the Oregon, Washington border, and I was in a parking lot, and I was looking down on the beach. And, you had to go several flights of stairs down to get down to the beach. And I was excited. We had our Soviet and American flags going. We were celebrating this great unification between Russia and the United States and the militaries. And we're going to have world peace. Is that kind of like a worldwide 4th of July type celebration.
4th of July.
And
4th of July is significant also because I feel 4th of July is code for something. I mean, I don't know if he's using it in that context. I'm just maybe letting y'all know that so that y'all can kind of file that away for another time if y'all notice a pattern somewhere else.
anyway, when I got down to the coast and standing behind a bunch of people, and we were all excited because we were going to be seeing this massive navies and air forces doing all this, unison, like air shows and things. So that's what we were told we were going to be seeing. And then as I was looking out over the coast, as I looked farther north, the vision opened up and I saw into Alaska, and I saw a Soviet flag over the American flag over the capital of Alaska. And the first thought was, well, this ain't right. And then I felt a warning come up.
Hey, he just had a gut feeling, guys. He is capable, allegedly. Probably not.
For me that no, it isn't right. You need to leave now. I was commanded to go now, and it was so strong. I just went, even though my mind was like, "But I don't want to. This is what we've been waiting for. Have world peace." So I got at the top of the parking lot, at the edge of the parking lot, and I turned around and I looked out over the ocean, trying to understand what could be so bad. I didn't understand. And then my ears were open and I could hear horrible, loud sounds that were more powerful than planes and ships. And then I knew, I had a feeling we're going to be under attack. And I turned around, and there was 20 or 30 other people.
Crap.
We didn't know each other, spread throughout the parking lot, but we all saw each other in spirit. We knew we were all getting the same message. And we all came together at the head of the parking lot. And then we crossed a highway, went through a canyon. And when we got up into the canyon, we got into a meadow. While we were in the meadow, the earth dropped about 2 feet under us. We just felt it drop. And then there was a loud concussion sound, which really popped our ears pretty good.
Maybe that's what made him hard of hearing. I'm joking. Man, if I could, I would love to do a roast and just roast all of them. Oh my God, it would be hilarious. We would never get anywhere. Kind of like now.
And then a loud explosion. And then we turned around and I saw, from where I was standing, I saw 3 nukes from where I was standing, from looking north to south. And so,
In Alaska.
huh?
Washington.
So I get Washington. I would say it was, I'm pretty sure Seattle and Portland were hit, and one to the south, I wasn't sure. But I felt that there was more going on than what I was seeing. Then this, so we stopped running because we figured we're not going to be able to outrun the radiation, this blast. And when it came, it went right around us. The earth and the sky and ourselves were untouched. And I looked back at the destruction to the west. And when I was looking through the canyon, I noticed on the south side of the canyon was very jagged cliffs near the top. And there was 2 angels standing there with their arms to the square.
Oh my God. Run. It's Mike Stroud. No. The 2 angels thing. Okay.
And I knew that God
With their arm to the square. Are they casting out? Or are they saying, I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
was preserving his people wherever they were. So down in California. I was in the south side of San Francisco. I'm a little nervous. This might be happening next Friday. It's supposed to be in this area next Friday. And so, I mean, my hope is like, I hope this one's just showing me something in the future. Not because I've got a fear. I can do some heights, but what we do in this dream is, I don't know if my heart can handle it. But in the, anyway, we were in the south side San Francisco, and the quake hit, and the power lines were just whipping, and the poles were just moving like, just whipping really hard. The power lines were snapping, and we knew a tsunami would be coming, and we needed to get out of there. So we got up to the Golden Gate Bridge, and it was pretty, jammed and stopped. So what we did is, the big pipe that holds the bridge up.
Yeah.
We got on that pipe,
Pylon.
and we got up as high as we could, as quick as we could. We knew the tsunami was coming, and I remember, we saw the rise in the ocean, and then I stopped and I just held on, and the wave came over the lower part of the bridge, and it was literally pulling the bridge down, and it was really a horrible feeling. And the weight of water that was coming on it, we didn't know how much longer the bridge would hold. But then I turned and looked back, and it was dusk. City lights had been coming on, and the water was like 2/3 up the Transamerica building. And I saw some buildings gave way and went over, and some stood. And then I watched the wave cut across and go over toward Oakland, Hayward, and Albany. I watched the city lights go out as it went across. And then, of course, I woke up.
I'm about to go to sleep.
It was pretty scene. That was kind of hard to. That was kind of a hard one to stay down for. It was nice to wake up, is what I'm saying. See that it wasn't real.
And did you say just before that you were wondering if it's gonna be next week, or did I misunderstand?
What?
Next week? Next Friday.
I'm supposed to. My niece lives in Davis, California. My sister. It's another long story because this child came from a U.S. intelligence officer, and he confirmed to me a lot about what we're doing. So, about what we're doing to other nations. He told my sister he came home crying twice from 2 separate missions. He visited with President Clinton twice by himself in the Oval Office. It tells you how much.
So did Monica Lewinsky. Anyway.
To go to areas and prepare for future wars. He's already spent his time in Korea. So we're prepared. He's already done his mission there. But he told my sister, he came home crying one night in Spain was one of the countries. And he couldn't talk about what he did. But here's what he told her. And my sister would call me crying, asking me what was going on. And he told her that, he said, if the American people knew what our government forced other nations to do, it would make you sick. And he was part of that.
Or if you go hang out with your friends, imagine what they did with your nephew and cousin.
Well, the question I think everybody asks,
Your
are you
uncle.
talking about like next week, though, an earthquake thing for next week?
No, I'm just saying in the dream, if I'm going to be in the Bay Area during the quake, I haven't been in the Bay Area for years, and I love San Francisco. It's a beautiful city. I like the temperature. I like the warps and I like the energy. I don't care for the sin, but I love everybody anyway. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I haven't been there for a long time, and usually when I go out to see my sister, we usually go to the Bay Area, and she really wants me to come out to her daughter's graduation because the daughter is going to be, her dad can't make it because he's stuck in Germany. Is it bedtime?
Oh, no.
Keep going.
Yes. It is bedtime.
I'm sorry, I was just having fun with you. It's,
I had no idea anybody was here. It was so strong, I couldn't hear anybody.
Just getting started, Teresa.
That sounds like Robin Young. Yep, that's really sounds like Robin Young, who, you know, she's still on Latter Day Media. They have a YouTube channel, and Robin Young is, I guess this is her house, maybe. I don't know, or maybe she's here, whatever. Anyways, just, I don't know. That's just me. She's with the prepared people.
but
You got punked.
what's that?
You got punked.
Yeah. So anyway, so then this anyway, so I'm just saying I feel like I should go and support her. And
So
in the back of my mind is like, you know, things are they've been talking about the humongous fault that goes through Hayward now, and it's ready to go, and I'm sure I know I'll survive it. I'm just not excited about being on that pipe. I'm just hoping it's not
Just
real.
makes you nervous.
Yeah.
It makes me question what kind of pipe he's talking about. I think he's on the pipe. Anyways.
For you.
Okay.
Have it prepared.
I'm gonna tell my sister maybe we'll. I mean, I love San Francisco. I want to go. I want to go. I don't want to miss out on it. If I'm going to be there, I'd like to go. But it's just been a little eerie because of the earthquake reports I've been getting.
Because so these things are seen are in the near future, like near.
He don't
But I saw
know.
these were.
He does not know.
I don't know how near they are. They all the stuff I'm talking about now were shown to me between 88 through 93 or 87 through 93.
That's a long freaking time ago.
So it's been a long time. I mean, 20 to 25 years on a lot of it.
It's a hot minute. Hold on to
So,
a dream.
but the stage, so to speak, is set. Where we are militarily, where Utah is in development. It's, you know, so I know it's close. Anyway, back in California.
Never saw a newspaper.
Oh my God, that dude gets on my nerves.
No, I saw California.
I hope he saw this
I saw
right here.
There was a lot of prisons, a lot of the malls and stores became prisons, and that, of course, that could be symbolic too.
Yeah, you're going to prison.
And it got so destitute there, and I think this is where I think I saw the plague, because I remember there was.
Okay, we're getting close.
The dead were all over, and they weren't being buried, and they were diseased, and the survival. There was no food, and so basically the strong were preying upon the weak, and so if you were weak and you were healthy, you were a target.
Like children?
And it was just really sad to see
It is.
that beautiful state descend to, and I can see, when I have these experiences, like, wow, I can't see people doing that. I was living there at the time. But now I see how things are there now. I see that it's very probable now. I can see that more and more connection as time goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just gotta throw this in really quick.
Great.
My heart was heavy, and I was, it's kind of pleading with God. How can people, they're your children, how can we descend so low? And I just didn't understand how we could get, to cannibalism.
Don't question God.
All the sick things that are going to be going on. And there's a thought that came to my mind. How would you feel if it were possible that if God and Jesus Christ were cast out and Satan ruled?
Hopeless.
It would be totally hopeless. And then he said, when the money system goes down, that's how it's going to be for a lot of people, because their gods are tied to money. And they're going to go into a hopeless state. And in that hopeless state, Satan will have power, and that's why they will do it.
So he doesn't have power
A
now?
lot of them are going to do it out of fear. Some are going to do it out of fun. They're all going to have the reasons, so it doesn't matter. The fruits are going to be the same.
And do we have an economic collapse during these times you're talking about?
The economic collapse I saw take place, it took place overnight. And I just remember none of the ATM machines were working. But everything was normal. I was in my work truck, and I was I went to 3 places. Finally, the 3rd place that I went to was Bank 1 in Orem, and it was after 9 o'clock, and the doors were locked. And then I knew in my heart, something's wrong for the bank to not be open. So I went and turned the radio on, and they talked about how Wall Street basically collapsed overnight, and all the banks, everything is stopped until they get it worked out.
But if you recall, if this was before the earthquakes and stuff you saw, or?
Yeah, there was no earthquakes at this point because everything was normal. The buildings were up, we were building.
Okay.
I did see when a lot of these events hit,
Here we
we
go.
were surprised. And things were, every time it seemed like things were good.
When you think,
I just remember they were good. Huh?
when you think not, like a thief in the night.
That is a Roger K. Young book title. Like a Thief in the Night. Anyways.
Yeah,
That's described like that.
right.
When you think not.
Yeah. Well, there's this, anyway, just a couple more in California, and then I want to jump into Utah and go a few things here. We were being, saints, there was a group of us that was being chased through the Sacramento area, and there was 3 priesthood leaders that was leading us.
Sacramento, did you say?
Sacramento.
That's where my brother is.
Okay.
Yeah, this is pretty neat what happens here.
Jerry said hi.
So, anyway, there's this old theater. When we got in front of this old theater, the brethren told us, they said, take the saints, go north, and told us where to take them. And they said, we're gonna detour the mob. There was a mob, 60 or 70 bad people after us.
That's it.
And he said, we'll get the mob, up, from chasing the saints, because the women and children were getting tired, especially. And,
Because y'all left them behind, probably.
So I was kind of in the back and just making sure, my part was just making sure that everybody gets out. And when I got about 2 blocks away, I turned around to look at these brethren who I love very much. I don't know who they are now, but in a dream I knew them. And they were standing there in front of the theater, and then when the mob came around, I thought they were just going to run on a different street, go east or go south, just get the mob to go a different direction. And I saw them go into this old theater, and my heart sunk because I think they're dead. That was my thought. That this is over. And I couldn't figure out why they did this. Anyway, one of the mob guys shot his RPG into the building, and it blew the face of the building off. And at the same time, I saw a beam of light come out of the heavens, and it hit the building at the same time. And these 3 walked out completely unharmed, and the mob collapsed in fear. And so, the next one, it looks like it took place in a town like Placerville. I don't believe it was Placerville, but it was a town like Placerville. And I was working on the south side of the town, just out of the town, but I was higher up. And I heard the people screaming, something, I heard people screaming. So I kind of looked through the buildings where I was, trying to see what's going on. And I saw people running down the main street of town. They were running west. And then I saw, water, probably 2 feet deep, muddy waters coming in. So we're having a flood that's coming through town, and it caught people off guard. And then, for some reason, the dream at this point focuses on a young lady she had a double carriage, 2 babies, and at least 1 or 2 other little children with her. And she was running, and I saw her get into a building that was about 4 to 6 stories tall, and she showed up on the roof. And I was relieved because I saw that she made it. But then the muddy waters, a wall of mud came down. It was probably 7 or 8 feet tall, was coming down, and it was pushing in the doors and windows of the businesses. And So I was kind of, it was a overwhelming sight. And then, a lot of people had escaped had gotten up on top of these buildings. But then I saw the whole mountainside give way, and the whole mountain slid over and completely buried the town. Just crushed the buildings and everybody right over. And then it went from all this sound of fear and chaos to dead silence. And that was a real heavy one, and I didn't see really anything good or faith or anything come out of it. But I saw.
So, I mean, hearing all this and stuff, I mean, can't we, Melanie Gibb saying that David had such a bad dream. I mean, oh my God, his heart was beating and she didn't know what to do. So, I mean, what do? What's the first thing you do? You get up and go find your mom, your other mom, no, you don't. I mean, they're two grown-ass people. They're grandparent age. Like, they can have grandchildren. They might. I don't know. I'm sure. But anyways. So, I mean, this dude's used to having these dreams or visions or whatever. So, why would Melanie Gibb feel the urge to go and wake up her mom as Phoebe to do what? Was she seeking to find Chad or Lori to give Warwick a blessing that Melanie Gibb claims to not believe in 100%? Just a whole 100%. She never believed in it all the way. She just couldn't wrap her mind around anything that was just, not the truth. Anyways, all I'm saying is she's not going to wake up or whatever. And just because her old man, and I mean that literally, because he had a bad nightmare or a bad dream and go find Lori to get a blessing from, or whatever she was seeking, especially if she doesn't believe Lori. If she knows what they're doing is not true. She 100% bought into it, or it's all poo-poo, okay? It's all a crock of poo-poo. So I'm just like, that doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense what you're trying to sell us, lady, Anyways, yeah, okay. So I want to kind of go up to, I'm going to go up to here.
And we'll talk about it under the direction of the Spirit. So that was all the counsel I was given. But as the magnitude of everything increased, I just had a lot of concerns, and I was just wondering why. So anyway, it gave me an experience where I was in Salt Lake and was in a tall building about 7 floors up.
Okay, and every one of these dreams are going to talk about iron, gold, silver, whatever, all the different metals. There's at least 4. It's in every one of their dreams.
Interesting when you were talking about the 7th floor. And
so the 7th floor being something.
There was it was full of Latter-day Saints, and we were working, but there was a lot of lightheartedness, a lot of vulgarity, insincerity, pride, and.
Is this in Utah?
Utah.
Church office building,
Sorry, I missed that.
And
I've heard there before.
Goody drop.
This, anyway, my heart was really heavy about what I was experiencing. And then the building began to shake, and the interior part of the building began to come apart, and people were getting hurt, and some were dying. And I went down the fire escape, and I had to hold on to the iron rod with both hands just to keep myself out. And then when I got down to the foyer, I wanted to go out the doors, but I was concerned that the concrete was going to be coming off the building. So I decided to stay inside for the moment. Probably safer. Then the intensity increased, and then I decided I better get out because I didn't think the building was going to be up much longer. So I went ahead and just ran as fast as I could, pushed through the doors. As soon as I crossed the threshold, the ground was solid, it wasn't moving. So that was the first thing I thought, well, this is strange, but I'm going to keep running anyway just in case the concrete comes down. And I ran out to the south end of this parking lot, and I could see all of the east bench of Salt Lake and out into the Salt Lake Valley from where I was running. And as I was running, I saw that the buildings were fine, the trees were fine, everything was calm, it was peaceful. And then I turned around and looked at the building. The building was a concrete and glass structure.
Now that, Jen, I'm gonna have to ask the L mom about this because I do remember running across that actual reference or whatever about the glass, being glass, a building or structure being glass, and I'm gonna have to ask her where that is, or maybe Tina knows if she's still here. If anybody knows, drop in the comments, please. I don't know. I just wanted to point that out. And Jen can check it out on the rewatch or whatever. Something.
It's concrete and glass and concrete and glass. And it had the thickness in the concrete like you see in the Provo Temple. And the building went all the way up to the heavens. I didn't even see a top to it. And it was solid on the outside. But then when I looked in the glass, I saw destruction. And I just yelled out because I was confounded. I didn't understand. I said, what is going on here? And then a personage appeared and he said, the building before you is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The people in the building is the pride of the church, which is soon to be destroyed. And so, anyway, so the Lord starts about this time, starts getting me set straight on a few things. They had me on the mountain of Springville, staying on the bench of Springville. I was there for about 3 different nights.
I'm sorry, just for
Oh my God, that dude gets on her.
The building that you saw that represents the church, it didn't look like the actual headquarters building.
Oh my God, does it matter?
It was a building that was representative of the church.
Yeah, thank you. That's thanks for that clarity. But it wasn't Salt Lake. I remember when I came out, I was looking at Salt Lake Valley. So, but the bottom line, whether it's a church house building or another building,
Oh, it's getting good now. It's getting good.
The Church of Jesus Christ, and God basically saying, like, it's going to stay. I'm going to have to clean it out, but the church is solid. What's that?
Cleanse the inner vessel first.
Yeah, there you go.
Start with his own
Yeah.
house to cleanse.
What's that?
He will start cleansing with his own house.
Right. Then, standing on the east bench in Springville, I see about 6 carnivals, humongous ones throughout Utah County. And
This freaks me out, y'all.
if it gets that again, let me know. Anyway, so then Jeanette trying to get me to go to Saffron meeting, and my heart's kind of racing because now this is I didn't like meetings like this back east, especially Episcopalian with the dark lights and the robes and the candles and then
Exactly what I pictured.
and the other churches with their hellfire and screaming over the pulpit, and I wasn't sure what to expect with the LDS people, but so I was just kind of sitting here going, I'm getting this little anxiety kind of feeling in my chest, and then vanity strikes again. You're gonna win some brownie points with Lyle and Thelma, and then they're gonna let you take her out. So that gave me courage, and we walked up through the aisle all the way up. They were sitting 4 rows from the front. It was really an uncomfortable walk.
Who the hell is Lyle and Thelma?
Like a bad wedding or something, making a big mistake here. I don't know. It was it felt horrible. So anyway, he had a problem. When he saw me, I could tell it just really shocked him. Anyway, we sat there, and there happened to be a fast testimony meeting, and the deacons were going around with the microphones. I watched everybody so closely, And because I didn't know what was going on. I just, they turned it over and said, okay, now it's turned over to all of you. And I'm waiting for somebody that's going to be preaching or something. And they turn it over to everybody. And these little guys walking around with mics, and people started standing up. They were very humble. They were very sincere. And they really believed what they were saying. And some of the people were actually saying with real conviction. And I was listening to them, and I'm looking, and I'm like, well, that guy is not a fool. I can't believe he would make such a statement like that. I know he's not a fool. That's so and so's dad. I saw what he was like at this or whatever situation. And then women, same thing. That's a really sincere woman. She's not the kind of what do you call it? What's that word? I'm trying to come up with it. But anyway, where you kind of dress things up and just kind of make appearances.
Sugarcoat things. He sounds like you're talking about Lori. Yeah, let me see.
I know he's not a fool. That's so-and-so's dad. I saw what he was like at this or whatever situation. And then women, same thing. That's a really sincere woman. She's not the kind of, what do you call it? What's that word? I'm trying to come up with it. But anyway, where you kind of dress things up and just kind of make appearances.
Fabricate.
Yeah, fabricate. He's one to kind of fabricate.
Manipulate's good.
Yeah, or manipulate.
There you go.
Anyway, so I found myself sitting there getting more and more nervous as I listened to these people bear their testimonies of God, Jesus Christ, Joseph Smith, and then the big one. This is the only true church. That was like, wow, these people are really being bold now. I mean, this is actually bold. There's thousands of Christian churches, and you're saying you're the only true church. But they were saying it with such sincerity and such love.
What is he saying?
That
Really?
my heart was like stunned. I just was really.
Is he throwing his own church under the bus? I didn't catch this last night. I don't know. That's weird, huh? But anyways, also notice that Joseph Smith and other prophets from other dispensations, that's something that he says, that's something that Chad says, that's something that Spencer says. So just keep that noted.
Unbelievable. But I was interested. And, deep inside, something was stirring. So when the meeting was over, I went out and saw the title bishop on the door, and I went and knocked on the door, and it had a crack. It was cracked open. The bishop had come in, and I went to him, and I said, look, my name is David Warwick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm from Indiana. I have a police record. When I'm 18, I want to go home. But I am searching for the truth. And my question to you is, how can you people say that you know God lives? How can you say you know that Jesus Christ is who he is and he did this horrible thing on the cross for us, which, I didn't understand what that meant at the time. But, and then let's say if there is a God and there is a Jesus Christ, how can you say that this is the only true church? I just said, and I was sincere. I wasn't being challenging, or I was asking out of respect, and I was asking out of sincerity. And he just chuckled, opened up a Book of Mormon, slid it across his desk, said, read those 3 verses. And I read the 3 verses about the Holy Ghost testifying the truth of all things. And right there, I had a logical testimony this church was true. Because here's a promise coming from a God himself saying that I'm going to let you know the truth. I'm not going to go through all these other people that are, for whatever, clergies and all these things. I'm going to let you know the truth myself. And I started literally shaking in his office, because then I thought, right then I realized I did not know that God did not exist. I realized I did not know that. And these people are not fools. And here's the reason for their standing the way they stand, and here's the reason why they live the way they live. And it was just really, I'm sitting there having this deep introspection, and all I see is darkness and fear inside of me. And I just shook. I finally closed the book, set it on his desk, thanking for his time, walked out. And And I was thinking, now what am I going to do? There is a, you know, I mean, that promise is from God himself. And I never, ever in my mind did it ever enter that I can go talk to him, that he can tell me, like back in the daytime when I was expecting him to show up in the trees. But at this point, the depth that this hit me, I never realized that it can really happen. Because I was raised in some places where I was told not to question. Trust me. So, all right. So, anyway, so for about 6 months, I picked up the Book of Mormon, and I literally just shook every night. Just shook because I was afraid that it was true. And if it was true, if God does live, then I'm going to burn in hell anyway. There's no hope for me. Or the life that my father lived, God is not going to endorse. I'm going to have to sacrifice that because I was holding on to that as my hope when I turned 18 to go back home. So anyway, so I was having this wrestle and I just couldn't get myself to do it. And then finally, Steve Pierce comes back and says, "Hey, we're having a youth conference. Jenna's going to be there. It's going to be 3 days." So I'm thinking, this is ultimate liberation. I'm going to see her for 3 days. I was wrong. And so I got to see her at a highly chaperoned dance for 2 hours. The whole 3 days. I didn't even get to ride on the bus with her. I mean, it was, bait and switch. It was a really, what's that?
Bait and switch.
It was a major bait and switch. And so, like I said, Steve should have been running for president. He's really good at it. He didn't tell me that it was days of classes and a few activities, and that I was just going to be grouped up with a whole bunch of guys. So yeah, so it was kind of in that aspect, it was a long 3 days. So, but what happened though toward the end, the return missionaries that were teaching us, I was really impressed with their character. I was impressed with the things that they had experienced on their missions, and I was really impressed with some of the things that they suffered and the attitudes they had toward that suffering. And so I was just kind of beside myself. Oh, that guy, he's only 21, 22, and he did what in Ecuador? You hear their stories and what they did, and it's pretty impressive. And so, anyway, but I really loved return missionaries. I liked how I felt around them. I just liked how I felt as they taught us and as they were in their examples. So now we're at the back of the Manti Temple. It's the end of the conference, and they're having a testimony meeting on the stairs, back on the east side stairs of the Manti Temple. And the kids are taking turns grabbing their testimonies. I'm kind of sitting there, not really into it. And finally, this girl who I had no idea was LDS, she goes up the stairs, and I decided, I gotta listen to this one. She's more of the crowd that I'm from, and I had no idea she was LDS, so I really wanted to hear what she had to say. So I listened to her, and
why is he so, okay, what I'm getting, and I don't know, y'all can help me. It seems like he's he's looking for somebody to follow. He doesn't seem like a leader at all, or somebody. He's not anybody that I would like to be experiencing these things with. I feel like he was hanging to the back because he couldn't hang with the real men. And anyways, it just like him just now saying about that girl. I guess because he could relate with her. Yeah, very insecure. Like he doesn't possess a thought of his own, Well, he's definitely, we can cross David Warwick off your list of one, my name's Strong, or the prophet, because he's not. He's not it. So I want to go, let me see. We ended right. I'm going to just stop it here. I should have had it queued up, but I was just going to kind of do this on the fly. But you know how we roll. You know how I roll. I just kind of roll with the punches. So anyways, but this is I guess a good stopping point, and I'll go over some key. I'll go and mark things off, and that way I can, have them ready and locked and loaded. That way you don't have to suffer through the entire thing, or none of us have to suffer through this entire thing. So that's what I'll do. That'll be my homework. I've actually seen something, Bo Peep, and I don't know if y'all have heard this too, Tina Reddington, but I want to say, just from watching all of the things I watch them from all, for 3 years now, and oh, where'd you find that? Jason just brought this. A feather. Where'd you find that at?
In my getting please.
What?
When I got back earlier,
Oh, wow.
when I stepped out the truck, it was right there.
Oh. Oh. These are my signs and my symbols. So there you go. I have a lot of feathers. Wow. That's pretty awesome. That's a good... No, it's not. We don't have turkeys around here. It's not a wild turkey either. Yeah. It's pretty too. Blue was their favorite color. Well, I say blue was their favorite color, but it's probably the color that Lori had them wear, because she had Chad in blue, right? She wears blue. Just saying. But I've always, from the beginning of this, I've always been like, birds of a feather flock together. I mean, that's just a thing. It is what it is. Like, whether it's a good or bad thing, it just is, thick as thieves. Definitely. Our angels. There are angels. Awesome. That's a good way to end this. I miss them. I love them. I just know that they guide me. Yeah, thank you, Kathy. Make sure you post your questions in the comments, and I will make sure Kresha gets them. You can email them to me at boncat3@gmail.com. Thank you, Kathy and Mr. Tom. Thank you, guys, everyone here, for doing this with me, for being here with me. I hate goodbyes too, but it's just for now. It's just Jason won't ever say, like, when we're on the phone or whatever and we're saying bye, I say bye, but he does not. He says later. Because he won't say goodbye. And I get it. That's pretty cool. I don't know. That's cool. I love that. I miss them. All of them. There's not a day or a moment that goes by that they're not on my mind. I know they guide me. I really do. I know that. I know that they do. And their story is being told. So, and I love that you guys are here and that y'all keep them alive. Y'all keep their spirit alive. It's when we stop saying their names, that's, to me, when they truly die. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being so invested. It means more to me than anything else in this world. I love y'all. Till next time. Boring. Y'all, we're going to have to take some no-dos or something and drink some coffee. So, I love you guys. Love always wins. Oh, yeah. I love y'all. Bye.